The dozens is ritual insults. They usually focus on the mother or the grandmother. Males are not left out. You can focus on the daddy and the granddaddy and their failings as you perceive them. This is a very highfalutin way to talk about something that's very earthy.
Your mama's so fat, how fat is she? Your mama's so fat that she could get busy, so you can go off into this thing. But you'll find that same thing, especially with Oware. So Oware is the seed and whole game that you find played throughout the continent, all the way to East Africa as Mancala and Yoruba as Ayo. And in these different locations, you have the same rules, that you can insult the other person in order to get them to think about something else or get so mad that they, miss what they should have actually played. So it's actually a strategy, and it's actually infused into the socio-cultural reality. And the more humorous it is, the better it is to put the person off their game.
That's all wrong.
The basketball game 21, which is like a mano-a-mano game, right? It's like you against might be 6 or 7 other people. And the folks who were most mesmerizing weren't necessarily the guys who played basketball well. The guys who were most mesmerizing were the folks who talked trash the best. And if you had that combo of trash talk and also basketball skill, right, you were just the king of the court that day.
If you can't defend yourself verbally growing up in a black community, a traditional black community, then everybody else picks on you. That's just the way it is. So you're forced to develop, you could think of them as verbal defenses. I prefer to think of them as verbal skills.
I always got picked on. I didn't have, and I didn't have much rebuttal. When I got smart enough to have a rebuttal, it wasn't because I had a variety of jokes. I was playing psychological games to keep myself safe. So, I would just stay the course. If somebody was talking about me, I found one thing about them that I know they wasn't happy about, and I would just ride that thing until they left me the hell alone, because I wasn't good at just, I appreciate it, and then with my brothers and stuff like that, it's cool, but, with people you don't know, because people that just get on you, you grow up in a poor community, look at your shoes, look at you, it's like I can't do nothing about my shoes, you also can't do nothing about your face.
So you become a storyteller, you become a joke teller, you become a raconteur, all of those things. You become a signifier. You become very adept at very skillful, performed put-downs.
It is where young folks were sharpening their rhetorical tools. When you look at the best African-American lawyers, even the best black politicians, right, and preachers, the roots of that for them, right, were playing those games, the dozens, when they were kids, and they were learning the power of rhetoric.
The hierarchy of an individual's ability to speak spontaneously, authoritatively, effectively, in the vernacular is not only highly prized, but is literally used in verbal combat among men in the inner city quite regularly.
So we're gonna get this going. I'm gonna flip the coin. You call it in the air. Tail. We call tails. It laying heads. You pick who go first. Now check this out, y'all. Show love. Y'all hear something y'all like. If y'all hear something you don't like, just don't show no love. Let's go.
Black coat, black boots, I'm the new blade. Your girl mad cause she see me with my new thing. I told the girl when you lost, you gotta lose things. I got a code for the help, that's Kool-Aid. It's microphone Phelps and this dude Lane. And I'm higher than a human on the food chain.
Case closed, off you, that's the naked truth. You basic dude, you tripping. Lace your shoes, think again, deja vu. Play with me, you play to lose. Call your homies, they be the bravest fools. I mean, take the clues. I got the best bars and the good jokes. You live around the good folks who water grass and cook roast and talk over dinner and tell good quotes.
I particularly feel like there's nobody that I can't battle because I can find something and make it funny or make it rhyme. You know what I mean? Anything that can transition to that next phrase or that next bar or that next joke or that next right that everybody's laughing at. that comes from growing up, and that's what everybody did. You know what I mean? If they weren't fist fighting, they were talking about each other, and it was oftentimes just friendly fun. But it eventually became a skill.
Phelps, when I pass you home, when you finish round one, boy, you cast a stone. Look at the crowd, they eyes glued like they got lashes on and the draft is on. I'm with some mean boys, run up deep in the Jaheim voice, while you at the crib with your son watching Nickelodeon Teen Choice.
As far as like battle rap versus ciphers versus, you know, the booth, like I look at these things as like incubators. They're just different places where you hone different sensibilities as an MC. But there's definitely the cipher. A cipher is a place of sharing. It doesn't mean that battling doesn't happen there, but a cipher is this place, you know, it's a communal place where you can get into a group of fellow hip hoppers and be sort of a contributor and a receiver, you know, of this, I think, magical thing that does only happen when you have that kind of thing going on.
You can come and enjoy, you can get something from a cipher even if you're not in there spitting. But if you're in there spitting, you see that your neural pathways is gonna pop different, your synapses are gonna pop different, and you're gonna be preserving your life if you actually decide to jump in the cipher and give it a try. And you'll see that, hey, I might go out there and knock out that work presentation, or I might step into that job interview and he asked me a question I ain't never heard before, but I gotta come up with the proper answer right there on the spot. And then you see how that cipher helps you out, how that freestyle helps you out.
Where it's going, where it is, how it is, that I'm always really showing y'all really something worth your acknowledgement. Leading and they follow it, this is why we dominate. Never recessive, you can see that we really competent. We wanna give them all of that raw. This really what they came and asked for. Hey, see the way that we do it, and we ain't really pushing no rap for. If I push it, it's gonna be a defense, it will be electric. Come on. My styles is always really dope, complete, and so we